Get myself right into it. So here we go. I'm amazing. Theresa is amazing. Theresa is amazing. And this is what I do to Dylan at night time. Because I have a personal belief from a very young child that if you tell someone long enough, often enough, certain enough, they will believe you. So you ask him, he will tell you I'm amazing.
She's amazing.
So that's my secret. So I'll tell you that. And I have a really amazing life. And you'll see that amazing word flowing right through my life. But this one in particular is 10 years ago, I was made in contact with one of Australia's now billionaires, and he has an incredible program teaching startups but also business people how to do business. And he called it the one thing in business. And I have always wanted to go on that program with him. And 10 years ago, when we first came back from London, just started our food business, which is our catering business, I was introduced to him, and I asked him if I can go on that program. And he said to me, I don't think you are ready. And so I said to him, okay, I'll take that, but I will be ready one day, and I will go on that program. And we kept in contact, and but you know, you go on your life. And at the back of my mind, I've always had that one day I'm going to go on that one program. I have a lot of those stories where I'm attached to an idea and I'm going to make it happen. Surprisingly, 10 years later, I've gone on my own ways, build up my own catering business, and one day I just thought, we're at the point where I want to grow. And so I just got in touch with him again and I said, hey, we're now running a catering business, can you introduce us to, like, you know, can we connect connect and see if we can do work with you guys, because I know he's got multiple companies. And he said, yep, no problem, and just send me straight to one of his new built hub. That's the green tech hub in London, in the South Force building in the city, and they have just been established. They are the new tech hub for working as partnership with the Sydney Council to bring in as an incubator for companies who are working on green technology. And they've just built a massive event space. And it just so happened that I connected with him at that time, and suddenly we're the caterer for Greenhouse Hub.
Yeah.
And because we're part of the community, 2 years ago, he runs that program every 2 years, and he brings in the new startups that he's invested in and train them so that they can take their company through the next growth phase. I just happened to be there, and he's running it again. And this time I'm like, Krill, I'm ready. I want to go on that program. And he goes, I think you're ready. Let's go. Yay. So then there you go. If you tell people you're amazing long enough, they will believe you. So then I went on that. And it's incredible because it's a 3 days, and they make all of the founders of the startups go and camp on his camp just in the Central Coast. 3 days, living in the, living in the really basic camp. But you start from really early, 6, 7 o'clock, and he goes through this program with you where there's 30 of us working together as a group. And we just learn the different stages of business. And because he has built his own business and have sold it for hundreds of $1 million, and then go on and build and invest in many more. He has an incredible story and experience to tell along that way. And every night, as a group of 30 of us, we sit around the fire and we talk about how we're going to change the world and how we're going to change the work with the climate change and all of that. And then suddenly there was this idea that it pops up, as you do when you talk shit around the fire. And someone said, like, how can we make sustainability cool again? Like, at the moment when you hear that word, everybody sort of like roll their eyes and it's like, oh my God, that again. Like, what does that even mean? And so some of us started throwing out ideas as like, what if we can make it like attached to something that everyone can relate to? That it's not so like it's not divisive. It doesn't matter if you're the left or on the right, you can relate to it. Whether you're at the top or at the bottom, you can relate to it. And someone threw in, what about a barbecue? Everybody does a barbecue. Who in here has not been to a barbecue? Nobody. Who has been to a barbecue or hosted themselves? We all do one. Could be different, but we all do a barbecue. And that is when we thought, barbecue! That's what we're going to build sustainability around. We're going to turn sustainability into a conversations that you have with your neighbour or someone that you're just doing the barbecue with over the weekend. And then someone said, you know what? We are a nation of barbecuers. But as Australians, we do not have any barbecue titles to our name, any world title. And so we said, what about if we take the world title? And so we looked up, and the world's largest barbecue title is currently held by Mexico. They won it by having 43,000 people coming to have a barbecue all at the same time. So we said, we will do that. We will take that from Mexico and bring it home to Australia. And this is what happens when you drink a lot around the fire. And so we did. We said, we are going to do that. And we start looking up and we all jump in, yeah, let's do that. And there was 30 of us sort of thought the ideas was a big idea. And then 3 months in, and we realized how much work it would take, there's only 2 people left. And that was myself and Alex, who keep going on. And he's pretty crazy, just like myself. Ooh, there we go. Story short, to cut the story short, to be able to bring 50,000 people together to bring that title back is actually a lot more challenging than I thought. So we said, that's fine, that's no problem. That is not just to say no. We're going to break it up and build it slowly. So we are going to take the first initial, the activations event. And the first activation event we're going to do is winning the world's largest barbecue lessons in the world. That means 400 people all coming, cooking together at the same time to get the first Guinness World Record back for Australia. And we did that just in the long weekend 2 weeks ago. Woo-hoo. So first Australian title for the big barbecue. Baby steps, so 400 people first. And going back to being amazing, that is just one story of how my life is amazing. But now at home, I've got a certificate that says officially amazing. So there you go.